Okay, so you were mentioning the RISE method. So one of the things I would like to know is when a client comes to you for their very first time, what's your process? Do they fill out a paper? Do they just chat with you? How do you like nail down what they need so that they can transform and move forward? What's your process?
That's a great question, Rosemary. So I do, my puppy's here.
She looks like mine.
Thank you. She's the best and kind of worst thing I ever did. And she's white. It made sense to get a white puppy.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yes, that's an excellent question. So I do have a questionnaire that I do fill out with women, but I
Hmm.
start all of my meetings out with what were you thinking about when we were going to meet today?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the
It's
what
very
now?
powerful.
Yeah,
And I
love that.
listen and I listen, and a lot of people just want to be listened to. And
Yes.
or even sometimes, Rosemary, I'm not solving someone's problem. Sometimes I do say, I'm so sorry you're feeling that way. That must be
Yeah.
awful.
It's interesting. I had a client the other day who came in crying and she left me laughing. And she said, for the first time in my life, I feel seen. I feel like you get me, you see me. And I'm like, oh my God, all this time she never felt like anybody really saw her. And I think you're right. It's like your clients just want to know, I'm here for you, I see you. Even if you're just the sounding board for them for that time that they're with you. So that's
Mhm.
that's really awesome. So the vision for yourself in your life started from your own situation. And like you, I also went through a divorce when I was pregnant for my son. Well, actually, he was 6 months old. So I know that feeling of just being frozen. And like I remember looking out the window and I'm like, what do I do now? I have this house. I'm married 6 years. I'm pregnant. I just had a baby. What do I do? And I was terrified. And at that time, there was really no one like that I knew of that could guide me through. So I know you had gone through this at a time in your life. What made you understand that you needed a change? What was it for you that inspired you to move forward?
Following up on what you said, Rosemary, it was something I wish I had in my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
In where I live, it seemed to me, and it always seems worse to the individual, that I was the first one getting a
Right.
divorce.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit shameful.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Lost something. It's something I could not
Yes.
fix. And I'm
Yeah.
a fixer.
Yes.
So
I got it.
you get it, right?
I
So it
do.
was shamed, and even my daughters, I have two daughters, their schoolwork were two different houses, and
Uh,
the stress around divorce and moving, a lot are
yes.
the two most stressful things, and it's something that a lot of people have to do in the
Yes.
divorce. And you have a parenting plan, and there's a forensic accountant, and there is a
Yes.
family, and you're so
The
angry. And
pieces. Yeah,
yeah,
who gets the friends? That was another one. Who gets the
that is a
friends?
good one. That is a good,
I
I do.
crazy stuff. I remember like I was in a house at the time, so I had to move to a one-bedroom apartment with my son, and I lived there for probably 3 years before I bought my own place up here. And then when all the water broke in my house, that's how I met my husband that I have now. He was the guy that I bought the stuff from. So you never know in life, but it's so crazy how all these changes happen when you don't expect. And I think that's the whole thing. It's like you don't expect that rug to be pulled out from under you. And then when it is,
Nobody
what
gets
do you
mad.
do, right? What do you do?
What
Yeah.
do? You keep going. You keep going. So
Yes.
a lot of people lay down and they have that pity party. And it is, speaking from my own experience, I had this huge house and live and help, and I was at a place in Vale and had the most beautiful life to everyone on the outside.
But yes.
Inside, I was not happy and
Yes.
I wanted more. And as scary as it was, I think staying for me was scarier. And I was getting a little bit older and I had teenage daughters,
Yes.
and menopause was kind of looming.
Oh yeah, fun stuff. I know, I get it.
There were days, really, Rosemary, I could not get out of bed. I have
Yeah.
my friends needed to come in the morning to help me get my daughter out of bed because we're supposed to
Oh,
act happy for our children
yes.
and put on a
Yes.
happy face, but it's
But they
very stressful,
know. Yes.
very stressful. And I'm on a lot of teams, Rosemary, where whether it be pro se, whether it be collaborative teams,
Yes.
it
Yes.
does not have to be awful. The truth is that sometimes um, relationships just don't work.
Right. That's true.
And to have that amicable relationship with your ex or
Yeah.
your partner, and it's doable.
Yeah, I believe it is. And I think too, it's the higher mind. Like I was never the kind of person to throw shade. Like, I wouldn't say to my son my personal feelings about the situation because for me, you want that your children to have a good relationship, what that means to them, and you don't want to put your garbage on them. And I
Yeah.
think that's the mistake a lot of people make when they go through something is they throw their garbage on their kids, and then the kids are holding it like, what do I do with it? I love this person. Now I'm not supposed to love them because they're not getting along with mom or dad, you know? And I think that's really hard, and that's where your emotional maturity has to kick in and say, okay, I get it. I might be angry, but you have to be truthful to your kids, but not tell them all your junk. Like that's what I would say, you know?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And it is an untapped thing as even part of the divorce process, Rosemary. I'm trying to bring light to it.
Mm-hmm.
Therapists to talk to the children during
Absolutely.
the divorce because
Yes.
my parents married 62 years, amazing relationship.
Yes, my parents as well. I get
It's
it. Yeah,
difficult.
and there's like, oh my gosh, I must have done something wrong because I went through this divorce, or, what are they going to think of me and my Italian family being the first one? And apparently I wasn't the only one because a lot of my cousins had gone through this as well, but after. So
Well,
it's a
you
thing.
watch all of these Disney movies and it's a
Yeah.
glass slipper and they go off into the sunset forever, but they don't
Yeah.
talk about all
Yeah.
these things that do come up in relationships.
And relationships are tough, right? You know, I
Relationships.
Yeah, you're two diverse people with completely different viewpoints. And I think the trick is being able to express yourself and not feel shut down. And I think when you're like with me, my first was overpowering personality wise, and I never felt like I can express myself. And I think that for me was killing me because for me, I need to express myself and I couldn't. And I think that's the thing. Communication is really vital in order to keep something going and keep it happy or keep it status, stable.
It's wonderful that you recognize that. And the relationship I'm in now, really great guy. Um, we sit every week, Rosemary, and we sit and we go out and we talk about the week. This
Yeah.
really upset me, or this was something I
Yes,
felt icky about, and this is something I think we could work on.
that's great.
So setting up that time, even if it hurts someone's feelings,
Yes.
communication is so, and when it's a lot of people get married when they're young, they don't
Yeah.
recognize that. They
And they
want, they have
change.
kids,
Yes.
change.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Okay. So your path was one where you learned from your experience, which is really powerful. So for those people that are going through life changes right now, what would be your like nugget of advice that you would say, this has helped, or keep this in mind as you go forward? What would your piece of advice be for them?
100%. It is falling in love with yourself, knowing who you are, celebrating who you are. And if there's something about you that you want to tweak, it's work.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ongoing thing. I say like it's a kaleidoscope, and
It
you
is.
look in a kaleidoscope and you turn it this way and you turn it that way.
Yeah.
It's figuring out where you want to stop and
Yes.
and enjoy the scene.
Yes.
So it's really figuring out what we like and what we want, and I think the
Yes.
generation before us um,
Yes. They're
was
very different. Yep.
very different. Very, you got married, you came home and you cooked. It was usually one working person, and the wife
Mm-hmm.
had her job, and the man had his job. And
Yeah.
I know, growing up, you're Italian, I'm Jewish.
Same
It
thing. Same thing.
same
Different
thing,
culture.
same thing. For me, it was I was going to be a nurse or a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I was never even pushed by, and not their fault, but
Mm-hmm.
some,
Culturally, yeah.
right? You're going to be a lawyer and you're going to make
Seed.
money. You're going to have some sort of supplemental income, and
Mm-hmm.
you're going to meet a guy and he's going
Yeah.
to take care of
Take
you. And
care of you. Yeah, exactly.
the
You know,
script has flipped.
I was lucky in that my mom always pushed us to be very educated. And she said to me, always make sure that you can support yourself. And she did really push education and working hard, and she had a lot of great values. And for her, like in her time, it was different, but a lot of my aunts and uncles, like on my father's side, were all executives, like in Bell Telephone when it was first
Right.
coming around. They're very intelligent women. So like I had all these wonderful women that were movers and shakers behind me. But yet, I wanted the traditional, like, let's be married forever kind of thing, and it didn't happen the first time. So, it kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop at the time. But
Surrounding yourself by this kind of girl gang.
oh, I love my girls.
Super.
Yeah.
And also, Rosemary, if I do have to say, sometimes as you get older, it's figuring out who's not. Sometimes there's
Yes.
friends that are,
They
whole-
just go. Yeah.
and that's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's
Yeah.
recognizing it and
Yeah.
saying yes all the time. No, I'm busy. I don't want to do that.
Yes.
So
I
wired to say yes to
I
everything.
love that. And I think at a certain time, I'm also in the goddess years. And one of the things I've learned too is that, no is a complete sentence and you're allowed to say it and not feel guilty. And when
Mhm.
you're younger, you try to do everything to make everyone else happy. And then you realize, wait a minute now, I got lost in the shuffle somewhere. And you begin saying, it's okay if you don't like me. It's okay if I don't want to spend time doing this, this, or that, and you begin having more of a voice about who you are. So I wish I had this when I was like 25, 26. I wish this was in my brain back then because I learned everything through going through life the hard way, like we all do sometimes.
I love that you called it the goddess years.
Oh yeah, definitely, baby.
I love it. I love it because it is the most amazing time, whether
Yes.
women our age or empty
Yes. Yes.
nesters.
Yes.
It's awesome, right?
It's
My
that
kids
shift.
are at college. How amazing. It's more time for me. And I have this
Yeah.
amazing relationship, having great sex,
Yes.
great
Yes.
relationship, and I know myself now, and it's
Yeah.
such a gift. And I think from what you're doing and for your listeners, this is a great lesson for them as
Yeah.
they get a little bit older to acknowledge that and see that. And
Yes. I
there's so
agree.
much power there.
I think there's so much focus on the young people because, our culture used to be in a certain age group. Now there's a lot of us older ones, and then the young ones are the ones that are driving everything right now because social media. But they're the ones that are the most insecure generation that don't have the resilience, and they're worrying about who likes them, on media and how my lips look and how my butt is big and I
Right.
need the implants. And I'm like, they're missing the whole point. It's like what's inside has to develop so that you know who you are, and that's the part that a lot of these youngsters or young folk are
Yes.
missing at this point. But that's where the core of who you are is, and that's the beauty of you. And then the other stuff, sure, we're going to do our best to keep it together, but
Right.
you can't focus just there because then you're like a shell with nothing in the side. So
The next generation, Rosemary, I see it because I deal with a lot of adolescents and
mhm.
they're not getting married. They
No,
are not.
no,
They are not
no.
having children and they are not
Yeah,
getting married.
yeah,
It's clear to them, which I don't agree with. I think
yeah,
marriage is a beautiful thing when you find
yeah. And having children, yeah, I love.
and having children and social media, it's
Yeah,
filters and like you said,
yes.
my daughter posts something, Mom, can you like it? I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
but they do care.
Yes,
They
yes.
do care.
A lot of insecurity, though, and I know a lot of the clients that are a little bit younger that come to me are very insecure, and they don't know who they are, and they don't know they have a voice, and it's kind of like how I might have been in my 20s, and I'm like, yeah, I got it, but you got to begin to develop who you are and what your values are early, and then you're like, all right, this, like for me, integrity is really important, honesty is really important, so what like what your values are, and then if you live from those values, you begin developing this beautiful inside of you that will travel you through life, and it's powerful. But you got to start doing it. You just can't live through like who likes you on the outside of the world that you don't know.
Right. And we've been wired that way.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
targets in our eyes. Oh my goodness. It is how do
yeah,
people see me? How do people want it? I see it a lot with my health clients. They
yes,
Rosemary, amazing.
yeah,
But there's something inside of them that is not
yes,
healthy and not healthy. So that's where
Yeah.
gals like us come in.
That's right. So tell me about the health. I know that you do health coaching as well. So how does that look? Like when someone comes to you, do you go over like a food plan with them? Is it just more about mindset and what you do? Like what is your vision or your focus with health clients?
It's yes, it's all of that, Rosemary. I work with women. I work a lot with macros, with carbohydrates and
Okay.
protein, where you should be at 100 grams or 100 grams at this. And I'm a very big believer of having smaller meals throughout your day.
Yeah.
This goes
Okay.
back to when we were cavemen and we were looking
Yes.
for food.
Yes.
And if you go long hours without eating, your body literally thinks you are starving.
That's what
So
I
it
figured
holds
out.
on to the and water. Hydration is something really
Hydration.
amazing in stress and sleep.
Yeah.
So they get this whole picture. You could eat right.
Yeah.
You could be thin and really unhealthy. I've seen it a lot.
Yeah. You know what I found too is like my body's completely different than when I was young. So I never could gain weight even if I tried. I was very, very fit until I was 55. And then menopause hits, and then like no matter what I do, it's packing on the midsection and
Yeah.
it's hormonal. And like the fasting doesn't work. If I go without eating, I can gain 3 pounds. It's like weird stuff that happens when you hit a certain age, your body is showing you different ways. And it's like, it gets frustrating because you don't know what to do to kind of shift it away, shift it into fat burning or, what it used to do when it's not doing it anymore.
Protein is king, Rosemary,
Yeah,
as we get a
yeah,
little older because we start to lose muscle.
yes,
Get a little bit older and working out and bands and sit-ups,
yes, yeah,
push-ups. Again, your endorphins. It's not a one
yes,
shop, but you're also doing
yes.
something great for your body. It's so interesting because I'm 53 and I've been doing this for some time. When I was in my early 40s, I would listen to women talking about menopause. I'm like, it's not saying
Yeah, right?
not eating right or whatever, but it is a real thing. And whether you decide to replace your hormones or I
Hmm.
work with a functional medicine doctor also.
Hmm.
I'm not a doctor myself, but I
Yes,
think
yes,
the hormone replacement is great for some women.
yes,
We're diagnosing what
yeah,
works for women and we're walking them through it and having a cheerleader and accountability.
yes,
I have people
yes.
around here. It's funny. I have them when they start my program, send me a picture of their meals.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, oh, I'm like, hey, you got to get protein and healthy
Yeah,
carbohydrates and all of
yeah,
that stuff on there. So, and I'm like, I see you at the taco place. I say, going back to what you said earlier, you need to
yeah,
do work. So
yes.
it's in your decisions that you make. That's the
Right.
outcome.
That's right. It's
Mhm.
so interesting, like it's funny because I've tried different things and they're all like, "You've got the healthiest diet I've seen. You've got great blood pressure. You walk every day." I'm like, I'm doing everything right, but I'm like, I'm still, you got this little. I look in the mirror. I'm like, that's my grandmother's little Italian belly. I got that. Yeah, I turn sideways. That's mom in the mirror.
It creeps up. It
And
creeps
that
up.
it's weird how it happens, but I guess it's just about embracing who you are too, and just knowing you're doing your best. And if I still got this little belly, I gotta love it because it's gonna stay here till I figure out how to move it out of the way. And thank God my husband's like, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're just the way you are." I'm like, that was golden, because here I am judging myself. He's like, "No, you're great. Look at you, you're great."
And we're all human and we all
Yeah.
do that. And my grandmother used to have crooked toes, like
Oh,
seriously.
yeah, yeah.
And my toes are getting crooked.
Oh,
And
yes. I
like
got
you, I
that too.
see my mother sometimes. I'm like, I'm never gonna
Yes.
do that.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
see myself doing something like my mother. So
Yes. Yeah.
it's in us.
It happens. It happens. My sister and I have a joke that like at some age we sound more like our mother than our mother did. Or you find yourself like saying something mom said. I'm like, oh my God, I said it. I can't believe myself.
Yes, yes.
Oh gosh. Okay. What is your business actually called and where are you located? And do you work virtually?
I only work virtually. If it's
Okay.
paper or whatnot, that's fine. I have a client that doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
his computer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's awesome. So I meet him at a Dunkin' Donuts and one of
Yes.
the, but I prefer to work remote.
Mm-hmm.
So I can jump on from wherever I am, which is wonderful. And I meet once a week with my clients, 1 hour sessions,
Good.
which is amazing. And I have a plan. Like
Okay.
I said, I know we
Yeah.
spoke about you and I speaking, it doesn't It's
Mm-hmm.
not set in stone, depending on what people need,
Mm-hmm.
but we're diagnosing. At the
Beautiful.
beginning, we're just diagnosing what's happening. So I'm calling myself a reinvention strategist. I just
Love
thought it's
that. Love
really
that. Yeah, that's good.
it's a coach and
Love it.
divorce coach and health coach.
Yeah.
So just showing women, even with my
Nice.
podcast,
Yeah.
it is you got to laugh at yourself.
Yeah. Oh,
You talk about dating. You talk about dating, Rosemary, at 53.
oh, so one of my friends is doing, she's a life coach, but she's also a comedian. So her newest thing that she's doing is comedians with women that are going through menopause. Like what's funny about menopause? And she's lovely. She's unalienable. But her name's Rita Denoyers Garcia. Awesome woman. So she's really fun and she's like again poking fun at herself and poking fun at our age groups and what happens to us when your body changes. So
You
absolutely.
have to. You
Yeah,
have to.
you do. So
Because
how do they find you, Julie? So they want to sign up with you.
yes, yes,
How
yes.
would you be just on LinkedIn? Would they email you? How would they get in touch with you?
Yes. So I am on LinkedIn, Julie Savitz, MS. I have
Okay.
my master's degree in guidance and counseling,
Okay.
JULIESAVITZ,
Okay.
comma, period, S period. That's a great way to get in touch with me. You can see
Okay.
what I do. You could see a little bit more about my RISE method. You could see some
Beautiful.
testimonials.
Good.
So that is really the best way to get in touch with me, Miss Rose.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. So I would also tell people that if they can't find you, they can always contact me at info@rosemaryd.com. And this has been the Lightwalker's Path. And I hope to see everyone. I hope you subscribe and download. And Julie, thank you for your beautiful gift of time and your energy today.
Thank you.